Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation on this beautiful motivational Monday. It is my hope and prayer that you all had a wonderful weekend. My weekend was fabulous. Saturday, we celebrated the 95th birthday of Elder Ann Sloan, who is such a sweetheart. To know her is to love her. And so it was a blessing to be able to share that special day with her. And yesterday was Communion Sunday, which is always a special time for me. I mean, every Sunday is, but Communion Sunday really is a special time for me. So my weekend has been great. I've been working on my business, coming up with some awesome things that I cannot wait to roll out over the next few months. So I can't tell you about it just now, but just know that I am really working behind the scenes. Also, charge it to my head and not my heart, y'all, because I had another book that went live this morning. And I was trying to remember the title of it so I can tell you what it was, but I forgot. So I'll share that with you. Well, let me say this. By the time you watch this video, it will be in the link with all the other books journals of mine that you can order. So make sure you all check that out. Please make sure you check that out, because all my journals that I have that are for sale on Amazon, the link is in the description box. Always check that out. So the one I can't think of the name of today, I'll tell you on Wednesday, but it will be in that list on today. And before I jump in, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, welcome back. You know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Having said all of that, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. Please do that. Thank you. And don't forget to tap the bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and give it a thumbs up. But also make sure you share this video with someone that you think could benefit from it. And if you see my face glistening, it's because it's getting a little warm and I need to go get some gas, which is why we're not going to burn the AC, okay? Don't charge it to my head, never to my heart. Now, let's jump into today's topic. I'm going to be talking about reprogram your mindset and win. And if you know me, then you know this video comes from Stoic wisdom. So you attract what you are and you create what you consistently think about. Let me say that one more time. You attract what you are. I want you to let that sink in for a minute, because if you tend to attract a certain type of people or situations, you might need to look inside of you, because you do attract what you are and you create what you consistently think about. So if you're thinking about negative things all the time, you get negative things. If you're thinking about positive things all the time, you get positive things. You get where I'm going with that? So if you want to change your life, start by changing yourself. Interestingly enough, we want God to change everything around us, people, places, and things. And in reality, you've got to change yourself first if you want to change your life. So here are 7 Stoic rules to reprogram your mindset and win. Number 1, act like the person you want to become. Your actions shape your identity, not your intentions. Do you know we all have good intentions to do good things, but if there's no action behind those intentions, then you really have nothing. You just don't. It's a wish. Number 2, think like the person you want to become. Your thoughts are the architects of your future. Some of you are in the situations that you're in because of your thoughts. You've got to think like the person that you want to become. If you want to become, excuse me, y'all, because I'm starting to perspire. If you want to become a millionaire, you've got to think like a millionaire. You have to say to yourself, if I were a millionaire, what would I be doing? And that's going to help the way you shape your life. If you want to be a better person, then you've got to think like a better person. If you want to be a better Christian, then you've got to think like a Christian that you know who's a good person. Now, I'm not saying they don't have other things going on. You don't know about it. We don't know about it, so we can't worry about that. But we have to watch how, if you want to, so for instance, if you say you want to get better at reading the Bible, then you've got to open it up. Because having that closed Bible on your bookshelf, it's not helping you, okay? Number 3, make the decision to change and commit. Without commitment, change is just a wish. You've got to make the decision to do something, and then you've got to commit. You've got to say, all right, I'm going to lose 10 pounds between now and Thanksgiving, but you've got to be committed. You can't just say it. And someone always says a set of lips will say anything, but you've got to say it and you've got to commit yourself to doing it. If you say you're going to go to the gym 3 times a week, then daggone it, you need to get to that gym 3 times a week. I get it. We all have busy schedules, but you've got to make time. If you got to get up 2 hours early before work so you can get into the gym, then you do that. If you got to go late in the evening and do your workout, go home, shower, and go to bed, then you do that. But if you commit to 3 days a week, then you've got to stick to it. Because other than that, without commitment, all you have is a wish. And it goes back to what I opened up with your actions shape your identity, not your intentions. We all have good intentions, and we all make wishes. But if you're not committed and put some action behind it, nothing's going to happen. Number 4, visualize the life you want every single day. What your mind rehearses, your body starts to believe. So if your mind is telling you that your parents were nothing, their parents were nothing, then you're not going to be anything. Well, guess what? That's what you're going to have, nothing. Because your mind has rehearsed that same script over and over and over again. So you become what you think, which is why you have to visualize the life that you want. So if you want to visualize yourself living in that big, beautiful house before you can actually get to it, then you've got to do that. Because here's the thing, when you visualize what you want, it makes you stay committed to getting that thing. See how those things go hand in hand? Number 5, protect your energy from negativity. You can't attract peace while you live in chaos. Come on, somebody. We can have the benediction going home right there. You cannot have peace while you live in chaos. And I'm sorry to say this, but too many people live in a chaotic world. Well, we all live in a chaotic world, but some of y'all go home to chaos in your homes. You have chaos on your job. You've got chaos in your neighborhoods. You might even have chaos in your church. I hope you don't, but you just might. But the problem is that you cannot have peace while you're living in chaos. So what I want to encourage you to do is that if you find that you are surrounded by chaos, depending on where it is, you might need to remove yourself. Because here's what's happening. You're asking God to change the situation. And in essence, God is saying, no, I'm not going to change the situation. I want you to move. But we get so stuck. Y'all know what I'm talking about, where we are. We don't want to move. We just want everything else to change. If God has not answered your prayer to fix whatever that thing is, then it might be because he wants you to move. Number 6, be patient with the process, but strict with your discipline. Growth is slow, but quitting is instant. Anytime you are growing in any area of your life, it's a slow process. And that's why I talk about, too, not comparing yourself, because you look at somebody else and say, well, God, seemed like they got there overnight. They didn't. There was a lot of behind the scenes work that you didn't know anything about. What you saw was the end result. And so you've got to have patience. If you're trying to grow that business, you have to have patience. If you're trying to grow your social media platform, you have to have patience. If you're trying to grow in Christ, come on, somebody, you've got to have patience. It doesn't happen overnight. However, if you quit, it's just like that. If you say, you know what, Lord, I have tried, but I just can't get right, so I'm just not going to bother. That's instant. It's done. But in order to be the person that God has called you to be, it's a slow process. And guess what? Some of us have been at this for a long time. I've been saved for 30-some years, 35, I think, years, and it's a process. None of us are perfect, okay? Number 7, speak only what you want to live. Let me say it again. Speak only what you want to live. Your words are seeds. Plant them wisely. Some of you, again, have what you have, and you are where you are because of what comes out of your mouth. Fix that. Fix that and watch everything else change. Watch it change. So speak only what you want to live. If you want to live an abundant life, stop talking about being broke. If you want to live a happy life, stop talking about being miserable. If you want to live a fulfilled life, stop talking about being empty. The list can go on and on, but you have what you say. You know, there is power in the tongue. Life and death is in the tongue. That's how powerful it is. And here's your takeaway. If you don't believe in your vision, no one else will. Become it, speak it, live it. Your life will follow your mindset every single time. I can't stress that enough. Your life will follow your mindset every single time. Because where the mind goes, the rest of you goes as well, right? You can't think doom and gloom and think your body's going to go over here to peace and flourishment. I don't know if that's really a word, but I like it, so we're going to go with it. So you're speaking doom and gloom over here, but you want to be over here where you're flourishing, where you're blessed beyond measure. But that's not what's coming out your mouth. And here's the other thing. I'm going to leave you with this. Not only do you have to be careful what you say, you got to be careful about what you think. See, some of you are not where you want to be because of your thoughts. You may not say a word out of your mouth, but you think it every day. You wake up and say, Lord, how am I going to make this happen? Instead, say, Lord, I'm going to make this happen. You made a way before, you'll make a way again. And you keep saying that until God sends you on whatever that thing is that you've been asking for. Some of y'all say, but Michelle, I've been asking for whatever this thing is for years, and I still haven't received it. But then guess what? Sorry, y'all, because my sinus is acting up, my nose is itching. I want you to go back to God in prayer and say, Lord, I've been asking for whatever that thing is, and I'm still waiting. Ask God, is it something that I'm doing? If that's not your will, then let me know. And then show me what is your will for me. Because sometimes we ask God for things and that's not his will for us. But we want it. And sometimes he'll let you have it and go through some stuff. And sometimes he'll say, nope, I'm standing 10 toes down. And I'm not going to give Michelle or Barry or Judy or Carol or whoever that thing they've asked for, because I know A, they're not ready for it, and B, that's not the right thing for them. So be careful about what you say. Be careful about what you think. But at the end of the day, don't forget that we are reprogramming our mindset so that we can win, because winning is what we should be striving for. We really should. Okay. Now, having said all of that, y'all, that is it. That is all. Go out there, enjoy the rest of this beautiful Monday. Have an amazing rest of the day on purpose, and an even more amazing week, you guys. The best is yet to come, but we have to think it, we have to believe it, we have to receive it, and we have to speak it every chance we get. Do you understand what I'm saying? Reprogram your mind and watch how your life changes. I love you all to the moon and back. You know the drill. You definitely know the spiel. There's nothing you can do about it. I love you too much to let you go. I love you too much to let you fail now. Hang in there with me. This channel is all about motivation, uplifting, and inspiration. That's what we do here. I do throw in some cooking videos every now and then, but the essence of my channel is about motivating, encouraging, inspiring, and uplifting God's people, because I know the best is yet to come. I just need you to know it and believe it. I love you all to the moon and back, and we'll talk again on Wednesday.